National Home Buyers Month. Welcome to day 12. I am Marva Morris, your Central New Jersey Realtor. Today, you found a house you love, and now it's time for the exciting and maybe nerve-wracking part, making an offer. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through how to negotiate like a pro. The goal is to get your dream home on the best terms possible. Here we go. Now, I'm going to give you some offer basics. An offer is more than just saying I'll pay a certain amount of money for the house. So I need you to think about this. It's a written contract that includes the purchase price, right? Which is the amount that you're offering for the home. We'll decide this amount based on comparable sales, and that means what similar homes have sold for and how much you love the house. If it's a hot market, which it is right now, it is a hot market, it is a seller's market, or if it's a super in-demand property, all the upgrades and updates that anyone could want. Sometimes offering full price or even above price might be needed, so be prepared. I'll advise you on a smart strategy using market data. Next, we think about down payment and financing. The offer is going to note how much of a down payment you're putting and what type of loan you're getting. So for example, you might be doing 5% down with a conventional loan, or just using that NJH MFA program that I talked about earlier this month with an FHA loan. Now, this signals your financial strength. Higher down payments can look attractive, but don't worry if you're using a low down payment program. We'll present it professionally with your pre-approval letter to show you are a solid buyer. Now, next we have what we call your earnest money deposit. Now, this is a good faith deposit that you put up front. Now, the great thing is it's held in escrow with the attorney or the title company to show that you're a serious buyer. It can be 1 to 3% of the price typically. In New Jersey, this is often given after an offer is accepted, during or after attorney review completes. We'll talk about attorney review more in just a second. Now, this money does go towards the purchase of your home at closing, so it will be applied. So don't worry about that. Then what we're going to do with the offer is we're going to add any contingencies. These are the ifs in the contract. Like if something doesn't go as planned, you can back out. Common ones are a home inspection contingency. You can negotiate or exit if the inspection finds some serious issues. So you want to make sure we know that. You also have an appraisal contingency. If the home doesn't appraise for at least the offer price, you can renegotiate that or walk away. Now, we're going to talk a little more. We'll have one-on-one conversation with that. And then also we have a mortgage contingency. If you can't get the loan, you're not forced to buy the property. Now, of course, we'll include the standard protections so you're not stuck in a bad deal. Then we add the closing date, usually 30 to 60 days from the contract in New Jersey. So we'll pick a date that works for you, and hopefully it will align with the seller's timeline. So now, flexibility can sometimes give you an edge. For example, if the seller wants a quick close or they need a bit more time, you can accommodate that. Then that makes your offer even more attractive without costing you any additional money. So we always reach out to the sellers to see what are they looking at, what do they need. Now, our negotiation mindset is important. Once we submit the offer, the seller can accept it, reject it, or they can counter it. Negotiation is normal, so stay calm and focused on your goal. Know your walkaway point, and I'll help advise you on that. It's not just price. We can negotiate repairs, closing cost credits, appliances, etc. So just to give you an example of how that may work, maybe the seller counters at a higher price, but they agree to include the hot tub that you wanted to keep. Right? That is great. Everything is potentially on the table. So, now let's talk New Jersey's attorney review period. This is a specific New Jersey twist. After a seller accepts your signed offer, we enter into a 3-day attorney review period. Now, this is for contracts prepared by, for realtors. We have our standard contract that we put together for you. During these 3 business days, either you or the seller can have an attorney review and cancel or suggest changes to the contract, and then it goes back and forth. It's like a safety window to ensure the contract is fair. Most of the time, the deal proceeds forward after a few minor contract tweaks. But as a buyer, you can still withdraw during this time if you get cold feet or you find something concerning. So it's a nice protection to have in the state of New Jersey. We appreciate it. Now, I always recommend using a real estate attorney in New Jersey to review the contract, and I can definitely recommend some good ones. Now, after attorney review, the contract is binding and we move forward. Yes! So here are a few tips for negotiating. Keep your emotions in check. I know it's hard. This house is everything to you, but staying cool helps you think clearly. Lean on your agent. That would be me. I'll communicate professionally with the seller side and present your case strongly. Remember the big picture. A $5,000 difference might sound huge, but spread over a 30-year mortgage, it really winds up being a very small amount. Now, I'm not saying you should overpay, but don't lose your dream home over a relatively minor gap, $50 extra a month if you can afford it. Now, on that same note, don't go so high that you stretch beyond your comfort level. There will be other homes if this one doesn't work out. By the end of this stage, hopefully we have a signed contract and you're officially under contract on your first home. Yay! It's not uncommon to go through this offer and counter-offer process a couple of times, in different houses even, before one sticks. So be patient and persistent. Trust your realtor. When you're ready to make an offer, I will be right by your side to strategize and handle the nitty-gritty. Call or text me 609-468-6324 when that time comes, or even if you want to practice run what an offer might look like. I've got your back. Tomorrow, day 13, we will cover what happens after the offer is accepted, inspections and appraisals. See you then. Happy National Home Buyers Month. Once again, I am Marva Morris, your Central New Jersey Realtor, and I am moving you forward. Happy National Home Buyers Month.